Tesla has shined a spotlight on the mining industry with their Battery Skunk Works division and is putting billions of dollars and the world's smartest engineers at a problem that has not had that type of capital or that type of thinking in decades. And that's why my bet is that the coming 5 to 10 years will be unprecedented innovation in that space because of the capital and engineering that's flowing in today because of Tesla. And so I cannot wait. And as much as like, and I'm kind of curious because like you take a skeptical tone on a lot of like, they're going to have this, it's going to be like that. But I'm like, it's not going to matter. They're going to, like, Tesla's selling 20, like, they're going to scale like hell. Maybe it's a little bit higher. Maybe they have low cost 1 year, but this isn't going to stop them. Like, I don't see anything in the raw materials industry that stops this from becoming a 2, a 4, a $5 trillion company in 10 years. Maybe it takes them a little longer. Maybe margins 1 year hit a little. But from my Tesla brain perspective, I'm not seeing a red flag in the mining industry. I don't know. I'm like trying to figure out
No,
where I'm wrong,
and
you
I'm
know?
saying to you, I'm not. There's absolutely, I would never put my chips on the table against them in the mid and long term. I'm just saying in the immediate term, prepare yourself for some teething in terms of at the rate at which they're growing because, and it's by virtue of doing so well because they are outperforming on everything. As I said, they are outstripping on production, on battery tech, on everything. And you've always got to remember, is they are very aggressively scouring to source what they need. They're in a very competitive position. So if they are having any hiccups, you can be sure the rest of the OEMs are in for it
Yeah, and I'm
because
like,
they'll be behind
Albemarle,
them.
what's Albemarle worth? 12 billion? Tesla could buy Albemarle outright almost. Like it's getting so out of, I don't know. That's kind of a crazy idea, but like
And
at some
well,
point, right?
it's not because if you think about it, if they were to buy Albemarle and they effectively have their own in-house production, and that reduces the cost because if you take a net present value or calculate it, Albemarle produces at X, Y, or Z, it might come to the point that it's actually worth the transaction because you get what you need and you get it at the right price.
And honestly, Tesla's probably going to be spending 10 or whatever billion on lithium anyway, so they could do that. Imagine if Tesla gets a loan at like 0.0001%. They don't have to use
Yeah,
cash. They could just get debt securitized by Albemarle, separate it. Like they don't even have to spend cash to do that. They don't even have to dilute equity to buy Albemarle because I think they could raise
and
15 billion
sorry,
debt.
if we can go on one last thing, Gali, because
Yeah,
you're
no, I
getting
love this.
where it's not where I'm not skeptical is exactly this, and I've raised this before. If you can have a low cost of capital and Tesla deploys it and actually does some kind of a physical streaming deal with all of these companies, be it nickel or graphite or lithium or what have you, where they assist the greenfield projects in getting funding at cheap funding, then that effectively means that those companies can sell to them for less or lock in a lower price. So there are clever ways of engineering lower prices, but you've got to assist because if you leave a junior on his own, most junior lithium companies fund at over 10%. That's what their funding rate is. They can't get funding.
Yeah, and
So
I love this idea. And if I was Tesla, that's what I'm waiting for them to negotiate is like 5 projects with these companies of like, we want all the output of this lithium mine that you've already validated that you just need a 2 billion to set up. Like we'll help you get that 2 bill and be the buyer. And then we lock in a lower price because I don't know.
exactly,
That's
and
probably
I'm
already
saying,
happening, but
you and I are on the same page in that front. But they'll never take all of your output because they'll never want to take the risk. But they'll take a third or whatever it is. But
okay.
the point being, I do believe that there is a place in which Tesla's low cost of capital and security of the supply can get them to negotiate a better position, but they're going to need to fund. There's no good just signing a piece of paper and leaving them to it. That makes it still very difficult sometimes for the juniors. So I'm with you on the longer term. I think they will tackle this. And I mean, I'm amazed. As I said, this failing forward and just improving all the time is exceptional. So I'd never back them to not do it. I'm saying in the near term, there needs to be a bit of give to let the incumbents who can produce the quality of material that they need a little bit of breathing room. And again, there are nickel projects that we see that we think, again, on the basis of like an Albemarle, if you were to buy it or to lock it in, you could lock in a reasonable pricing that still gives them some breathing room to make money, because you're funding them, or giving them, you're giving them the benefit of your really low cost of funding.